you've got a big event, you better get it right. Trust an expert that can get it all done for you in a method with their system. They've got everything outlined for you. We're going to talk about it. Stay tuned. Welcome, everyone, to Your Little Castle Show, where we help people. They're putting together, many times, what percentage of your shows would you say are weddings?
Oh, at least 50% of our shows are weddings at this point.
And right. It's a show.
It is. It's a production. When you're orchestrating all of the moving parts and pieces of a wedding, it's a show. Absolutely.
Welcome to the show. It is, and you see what goes on with these, and that's where I want to go back to, get a little more of that, the mistakes that people make. I didn't think about this. Somebody might try to bring in their own DJ, bring in their own photographer. I guess the photographer, they're kind of bouncing around.
Right.
What are the changes that people try to make that's going to mess with the system? And you would say, you can adjust, but make sure it sticks together, because you don't want to have an issue where one of those guys doesn't show up. Doesn't bring the heating for the food.
Exactly. Yeah. No. That's the biggest thing is you go into this thinking, well, I'm going to cut this corner, I'm going to cut that corner, but typically it ends up costing you. I mean, in some way, we've had somebody says, well, and I have a friend that's a DJ, and we're going to have them come in and do our wedding, and that's fine. You're more than welcome to do that, but has this friend ever done a wedding before?
Right.
You've got to keep that in mind, because the DJ is kind of responsible for keeping everybody on that timeline and on that schedule. The DJ is responsible to kind of keep the evening flowing from start to finish. And so that's a lot of responsibility to put on somebody if you've never done that.
Right. And then they end up saying, hey, the venue's, you've rented it to X amount of 11 o'clock at night, and now you haven't even finished introducing the
the DJ and the photographer. They have to know what's going on and where the bride and groom need to be at a certain time for this photo, for that dance, and it's got to be orchestrated, to make it flow.
Well said. Yeah, these are important things that you coordinate. These you've got a system in place like we talked about. And something to make sure you're doing. With regard to the question I often ask is residential, commercial from the perspective that if a company came in and said, hey, can we use your venue for an awards ceremony or something like that, you're available there. But most of your stuff, 50% is weddings.
Right.
And but you'll cover if somebody needs a place, you've got the place, that you're available.
Absolutely. We can definitely do corporate events, team building experiences, things like that.
I saw Jazzercise, something was going on.
Right. We did an 80s workout. We can do everything from music, bingo, to trivia, to you name it. Yeah. We're also set up with an AV system, so if they had presentations that they wanted to show, they're able to do that.
AV is audio visual, everybody.
Right.
So you've got cameras and sound and all that stuff.
Or
TVs, I guess.
TVs and projection screens, things like that, that they can show their presentations on, and wireless microphones, things like that, sound system as well. So.
Wow, you got the whole thing going on here. I didn't realize that. Call in some TVs. We're going to show some pictures of the venue. It's a beautiful venue. The lighting's amazing here. What do you like most about the St. Louis market and where people come from? You said people have come in from around the world, around the country, I guess.
Around the country, absolutely.
But they had some roots here in St. Louis. Why do you like?
So typically it is they have St. Louis roots here, but we've hosted weddings. We had a couple that lives in Dallas, but their family was from the Illinois area, so they came in, and it was a good central location. Where we are in St. Charles, people come around to this particular area specifically because it's just so picturesque. With the community, the way it was designed, with the lakes and the canals and the bridges, the windmills, it's a perfect spot to come for any of your pictures as well. So we get a lot of foot traffic from that specifically.
Yeah, Newtown has kind of become the place to go in St. Louis with regard to lots of new infrastructure, but they kind of have an ornate old style buildings, and they've got the church and all the stuff on site there, and little water features and all that.
They kind of, it's described a lot as the Truman Show. It's a very unique community, and it's inviting and it's welcoming, And like I said, people come from all over just to even just to drive through and see the different homes and the styles and the like I said, the bridges, the canals, all the waterways, the lakes. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's quite if you've ever been out to Newtown, everybody, they've got everything from man-made little water, what do you call it, a water feature, to lakes, to, and then you got the Mississippi River not too far away. You got a little bit of everything, and then you're 30 minutes from downtown. If you want to go to the Cardinal game and have the event afterwards, something like that, check out, say hi to the Cardinal Cowboy, and then say hi to DJ Tommy Tom. Right?
That's right.
And come out for that. Tell me though, I can imagine you've got a lot of people that have had many special requests. Give me a couple examples of time you really had to help somebody that was stuck, or a last minute thing, or something where you came through for somebody that was out on a limb.
Oh my!
Don't name names, of course. But.
Yeah, I mean we've definitely had to step up where somebody's brought in maybe an outside vendor, and they didn't have the plates and the silverware and the desserts and things like that, and we've had to kind of step in and say, okay, well, this has to happen. We have to have these, we have to have these to make this event successful. So, we have stepped in and supplied and helped with certain aspects like that when we have to.
Tom's got connections.
We do have connections.
They'll make sure that whatever it is you may need, they've got what it takes.
We've had liquor requests and different things like that too, where they're like, well, we have to have this, and it's like, oh, okay, well, I guess we got to get that rep out here today.
Right.
So.
Well, there's lots of fun that goes into all of that. Drink responsibly.
Exactly.
As if you're of 21 years of age or not, or above, you can partake. Get that DD we talk about. My knows my story.
Right.
Surviving a coma hit by a drunk driver. Don't be that guy. What's the biggest challenge you think that you've had to deal with over the years now, and especially with your own venue now? And boy, there's lots that goes into this, and emergency this or something critical you had to deal with.
Well, not necessarily emergencies, but the biggest thing is just I think times have changed from when I started out as a DJ. Advertising and getting your name out there has completely changed.
Right.
When I started, I still have clippings. I was telling you this earlier. Out of a newspaper, when I ran ads for my DJ business. In the newspaper, in local paper, and that's how you would reach out to people.
Need a DJ.
Yeah, and now today there's so many different forms of media that what we run into is maybe we're posting on Facebook, or maybe we post something on Instagram, or we run into, I didn't even know that event was taking place, and you're like, how else are we supposed to reach? Maybe I need to put that in the paper. Do they still have a newspaper? I don't even.
There's a resurgence there a little bit. Kind of the community papers have kind of come together.
Right.
But yeah, it's getting the word out is key. That's what we say. Hey, everybody, let's make this a little easier for you. Get yourself interviewed on ABC, and turn around and put this on your website, your social media. Cut it up in clips is the key to this too, and we help people to do all that stuff. But you've got to get something that grabs their attention, and we've been fortunate, and we love working with ABC now. This is going on 9 years, 5 and 4, 8, 9 altogether. And get the name out, get the word out.
Exactly.
Because the one biggest problem people have is they said, I didn't know. I hadn't heard about it.
I didn't know.
And it's your responsibility to make sure that people do know, and that's what we want to help people with. Let's jump over. I want to take a view at, this is your Facebook page. You've got a great looking website. We're going to show that in a minute. But as I go to the widescreen here, click on over, go over here to the photos. I'm going to, we got your Facebook page on the wall here for everybody, and scroll down here. This is there's the man, the DJ, right? This is.
I have a lot of fun.
You've got those turntables. Those are like the classic original size turntables. But as we click through here, I mean, looks like a pretty nice wedding here. You've got some people that obviously
dancing on a cloud right there. Yeah.
Dancing on a cloud. Mm-hmm. You've got the full effect going on there, and it's just a beautiful setup. Christmas.
That's our Christmas pop-up, right?
Christmas pop-up, some XO, and then you've got a great buffet line. I ate food through the...
So this is a college sorority that we've, the fall formal that we've hosted for the last several years. That's what those pictures are from there.
Do you know what college? Can you say?
It's Lindenwood.
Is it Lindenwood? Yeah, Lindenwood's got to be around the corner for you guys, but they come out and you can see those tents and the linens hanging from the ceiling. This becomes quite the event. I guess now I'm like, man, we need to pull up all the pictures from when we were there. We did a little fun there, but if somebody has any, let's say more casual, you've got and then
Absolutely.
day events, night events. Your venue is right there available, and
Right.
you can make this available to anybody.
This was a floral event that we hosted. They were actually putting together their own florals. We had a florist come in and they would help everybody design and kind of teach them how to do their own flowers.
Really? Oh wow!
So that was a pretty cool event.
Lessons up there too.
Right.
Put up the marquee behind everybody and
Right.
show off the work you got there. So the range is pretty much whatever somebody might, if they can think of it. You've got the venue to put it up for everybody. You've got the microphones, the cameras, TVs, and wow, just the decor and the design.
Right.
You've got a heck of establishment here. Does it take time to assemble all of these?
It definitely does.
Because
definitely
there's
does.
the variations here.
Right.
The variations here can be vast.
Right.
Halloween parties, I didn't realize.
Oh, flipping the room from day to day is quite the task.
Yeah, that's
for
what I'm saying.
sure.
It's got to be pretty. This is literally like a stage. My mom, drama teacher, she's
Right.
put up this now,
Well,
and I'll pull that, roll it off.
Well, and
the
it's
set
the way we describe it is it's a blank canvas. We've got this incredible white, beautiful space, and it's a blank canvas. We can transform it into almost any atmosphere that you want it to be.
There it is, everybody. So if you want to have this, and just some people come over right there from the church. That's
Right, exactly. They come over. They can walk from the chapel over to the venue, and even we even run a golf cart shuttle. So
golf cart
if you've got an elderly aunt, uncle, grandparents, whatever, we can shuttle them over on the golf cart so they don't have that long walk.
And there's that Vogue magazine that
Right.
looks like a real. That's pretty cool. And so
Yeah.
if you've got the space, if they've got the ideas, you can make it happen and put it all up there. What do you love most about that? How cool is it being able to stage something like this for everybody?
Yeah, like I said, that's the biggest thing is that energy that you get from each event, and seeing that transformation from beginning to end. When we start off with this completely empty space, and then the tables come in, and the linens come in, the centerpieces, the backdrops, all the decorations that they do, the flowers, and you see it transform from this plain white slate basically to the event, and it's just an overwhelming feeling.
I put up on the wall here. This is a picture of the venue. I recognize this well. There's the DJ on the left, and the crowd, and the dance floor, and you've really got the whole thing set up here. But that is just a beautiful setup for somebody. If you're looking to have an event that you want to look professional, want it to look nice,
Right.
this is and
we can.
there was some design that came into setting up, even though choosing the lighting,
Right.
and this can all be changed according to the event.
Exactly. And what's cool about our venue too is we can accommodate anywhere from say 50 people to 300 people. So we can accommodate a pretty good size group. And like I said, it's big enough to accommodate those 300, but it's still cozy enough. If you had 50 or 100 people in there, it doesn't seem like you're drowning in this big hall.
How many people were at the event that we were at there for Dimension?
Oh, I think we were probably we were pretty close to the 300
mark.
Yeah,
I remember because we were bumping to get through there, but it was packed.
Yeah,
house.
It was packed house for that one.
And that was a good fundraiser for a great cause. So up to 300 people. I mean, that's a pretty good size.
That's a good size.
There's too many places. You start talking about auditoriums if you get big.
Well, now you're going to the hotel ballrooms and the casinos and that sort of thing, right? For more space.
And just the setup and the design. This whole thing is beautiful and put all the work in there. Great
Thank
job.
you.
It's something they've established pretty quickly. Those reviews, if you saw, we talked about the first half hour. All fives. Tom and Lindsay doing a great job here. We're going to share a little bit more. We're going to our community piece. Again, we're going to go back to our community piece, which is our community event for the Dementia Life fundraiser at the Marquee here in Newtown. Check out what we pick up from where we left off here.
Group over there, right? And a shout out to some of our sponsors. I'm going to list a couple of them here. First one up, Sadiety Diner. Shout out to them. Make some noise. And Truly Treasure Home Care. Let's start off with that. I got a few more here we're going to be reading throughout the night. You got me? All right. With that, we'll get started here. I want to give a shout out and thank you for you all attending. This is the Dementia Life Western World. So shout out to yourself for making it here today. And the last time I mentioned, but Tim gave me a little intro. I am Carter Rethwish, a.k.a. the Cardinal Cowboy. As you know my story, I'm lucky to be alive. In college, I was on my way. I just won the same award as David Freese and Ryan Howard for St. Louis Amateur Baseball Most Valuable Player. Then I ended up in a coma, hit by a drunk driver, where they gave me less than 50-50 odds to survive. I pulled a ventilator out of my own throat, proved them wrong, kept on proving them wrong, ended up running the email systems for Anheuser-Busch, become a top consultant for a couple big national companies, and now I have my own little community TV show on 3 times a week called Your Little Castle on ABC, and where we highlight all kinds of leaders in our community. So I want to give a shout out to you. Thank you.
His name is Carter Rethwish, but in St. Louis, he's known as the Cardinal Cowboy. He's a well-known fixture in the stands at sporting events in the Gateway City. He's one of its greatest cheerleaders, a super fan like no other. When he makes his rounds at almost every home game, he shares his love for sports with the rest of fandom with a smile, a cheer, some positive encouragement, and lots and lots of selfies and pics. But the Cardinal Cowboy was born of a tragic incident. Rethwish was an aspiring athlete in high school and college. He dreamed of playing in the big leagues, but those dreams ended when he and 3 of his college friends were hit with a devastating crash by a 5-time drunk driver. One of his best friends died. Carter suffered a critical head injury. The trauma put him in a coma for 6 days. The doctors said he was never expected to function again. Those expectations never came true. He fought back and finished college. He was determined to prove the doctors wrong. Among other inspirations, it was his love of baseball that kept him going. And from his near-death experience, the Cardinal Cowboy emerged. His goal in life became to inspire others with positivity despite the odds, to help people believe in themselves and achieve their dreams.
So after my coma, I realized that it was up to me if I was going to accomplish my goals, if I was going to reach my dreams. Despite what the naysayers would say, the people that were discouraging me, like they do everyone, it's up to me if I'm going to make it. Don't listen to the naysayers. It's up to you. You decide whether you're going to succeed, whether you're going to reach your goals. Dream, and then always, always chase your dreams. Never give up. Giddy up. Hey, we're looking for the small business owners and leaders in our community to be on our show. This is the Your Little Castle show. We air 3 times a week, every week on ABC, and we would like to put somebody you know, or maybe it's you, who's a business owner to be on our show. You'll sit right here in our guest chair, right here, sitting here talking to us. We're going to put on the wall your website and everything about you and highlight you as a leader. Fill out the form you see here on our website. It's bigleagues.com, and if you go to bigleagues.com, fill out this form. Takes just a couple seconds, and you can even schedule yourself right here. Schedule yourself to be on the show, and there's no charge for us to record you. There's no charge to be in the studio. Check it out if you would like to be on. Fill out the form again, bigleagues.com. This is where we can turn any interview into a series of clips. Check that out. Go to bigleagues.com. Well, there it is. Like we said, we get to share a lot of the fun in the community. Got that little Cardinal Cowboy piece. Put that on every show to help people understand what we're trying to do within our community and work with the organizations and people making it happen. On the wall, you've got there. Yeah, they've seen that actually. I wanted to pull just a static picture of the venue from the outside, and you can see here on our 9-foot TV wall. Yeah, that's a cool looking building there, right in the middle of the heart of Newtown, and up to 300 people you can fit at the Marquee at Newtown, creating unforgettable memories. The Marquee at Newtown.com, 636-383-0133. Get yourself scheduled right there. They can go to the website. We'll talk about that in a minute. Fill it out and get booked and pick a time.
Exactly.
You've got the time and availability left there. But with that, I'd like to share with people a little bit how has media changed the world. And so we share with everybody our magnetized media book. Yours truly wrote the foreword here. This is a Amazon, oops, there it is, Amazon bestseller, and this was great tips here for you that a lot of what we talk about, I talk about, man, you've got a media machine in your pocket. It's called a smartphone. Break it out, start taking videos, recording, sharing your stuff on social media. If you want to go to the next level, come on here, we'll show you how to do some of that stuff. But you've talked about it, how has the world changed with how you market your business? It used to be TV, radio, print, yellow pages, and then everything else word of mouth. It's a jungle out there now. Is that
It
true?
is, and especially if you're not, very tech savvy with all of that. We do advertising and marketing. We do a lot of the social media, as well as our website and through Google. And one of our biggest, we've tried to make our website as easy as possible for people to just go online, check to see if, first of all, if their date's even available, and then if it is available, they can go ahead and book that and reserve that date all online. So we've tried to make it as easy as possible.
Yeah, right there you can see the scheduling available, pick a date, lots of times blocked out there, but then fill out the information and then they can have this schedule booked with you, and then it's just a matter of getting everything organized to get everybody to the venue to make sure this the show must go on. We've got everything in place to do that. So that is my next question is the process, and so that process pretty straightforward. And
it really is.
They can see the availability right there.
It really is. They can see the availability, and they can even call or text and schedule a tour. Come on out and we'll give you a guided tour of the venue, and you can see it for yourself before you book. So,
yeah, if you want to see the place, check it out and see the venue. Then or check out the videos in the interview here. But if you want to see it live, come on out there. And
absolutely.
30-minute drive from just about anywhere in St. Louis, 15 minutes from where we're at.
Right.
I like to go when I was emceeing for this event. I was like, cool, it's only a 15-minute drive. Sometimes
Right.
I got to go middle of Illinois or middle of Missouri, depending where we're at. And it's just an easy drive from anywhere in St. Louis. So tell me then, what would you say is the biggest question people have with regard to making a decision to use your venue or not? And people saying, "Oh, well, is it always price, or what is the biggest question?"
No, it's not always. It's not always price. A lot of it's convenience. They're looking to find a place that's centrally located, so that nobody has that hour drive, or to get to the venue. And so, it's usually location. Is the chapel nearby? Can we do the ceremony and reception at the same location? And in our case, we can. The chapel is within walking distance,
Yeah.
And like I said, we even have a golf cart shuttle, so that if you've got somebody that can't make that walk, then we're there to help with that as well. And then the next question that we always get a lot of, especially locals, that they've been to Newtown, we've seen Newtown. Where do they park?
Right. Yeah. So there's a lot of.
We've never had an issue with parking. We've had weddings, 300 guests, and we've never had issues with parking. It's all street parking in the front of us, and then we do have a big parking lot in the back of us as well. So, but that's basically the two that we get.
But Newtown has a little bit of everything. Literally,
it really does.
You got your event, and then there's local bars and restaurants around there too, before and after.
Right.
And you're probably going to be serving food after your event. But if
Right.
they need anything, it's literally
it's
a town.
it's right
Everything
there.
is available. What do you like most about being in Newtown then?
I just like basically the tightness of the community, how active that the community is. Wintertime slows down a little bit. Obviously, when it gets too cold, nobody wants to go out. But in the spring and summer, we've got volleyball, we've got concerts, we've got movie nights in the amphitheater. Just everybody's out. They're active and welcoming. Everybody is so friendly. It's just an incredible community.
Yeah, they've got a little nice outdoor amphitheater there, and a lot of
Right.
bands play out there. Some of my favorite bands will be playing, and
Right.
you can walk over, and then you're like across the street from that, aren't you?
Right
And then-
across the street,
And then
yeah.
all the bars and restaurants. If you want
Right.
some food, they've got a number of restaurants, and then a little nightlife there too after the event. How late does your
Correct.
venue normally go till?
So we're usually till 11 o'clock for most of our events. We try to shut down after that. Basically, we do have neighbors relatively close, so 11 o'clock is about the latest we go. But we often encourage them to go over to the neighboring restaurants and bars that are open till 1:30. So.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, there's plenty to go around there.
Oh,
But you've
absolutely.
got a heck of a sound system there too, so that people.
I do.
You're
Yeah.
going to keep it. It's not like they have to keep it 10. That's
No.
why they say up to 11 you can kind of do whatever.
Right.
But then you've got a whole. Tell me a little about the sound system and how you manage that and where that came from.
So again, that's all through the experience of the DJ business that I've been involved with, and I've gone through probably every known brand of speaker and controller that's out there, and so the best of the best is typically what I go with, and that it drives Lindsay nuts because I'm always obviously spending a little more money than she wants me to on there, but it's that's again, that all adds to and enhances the celebration. If you have a sound system that's popping and crackling and sounds, it's
Right, ruin the whole
what
event.
is that? Yeah, no, you've got to go big with that. So
As a seasoned DJ and MC, somebody that appreciates good quality sound.
Absolutely.
And that's where is Bose and
EV and
EV.
Bose and right, absolutely,
all the top-notch
yeah.
stuff, and that's part
Right.
of the importance of having a good quality system
Absolutely.
in place. Tell me what gives you the most satisfaction about this? Ultimately, we talked about passion earlier, but what is the satisfaction when somebody gets done with an event and they're saying, "Wow, you made our lifetime event, our marriage celebration awesome."
That's it. I mean, that's what it's all about. That feeling of of bringing them in, reassuring to them that that everything is going to go as planned, and then actually pulling that off. At the end of the night, they're coming up and saying, "Oh my gosh, that was everything that we thought it was going to be," and you went above and beyond to make sure that everything was going to go as planned, and that's the biggest part of it for me. We want those referrals. We want you to come back. I had a wedding, a couple that I DJ'd their wedding back in 1991.
91, okay.
Right, and they called and said, "Tom, we're celebrating our 30th anniversary. Would you do the party for us?" 30 years later, yes.
And you did the first one, and you're doing it 30 years later.
Exactly, and that's what it's all about. For me, that's what it's about.
That ties it all together there for you, and leads to another great point, because the reason I was out there was for the Dementia Life, and I've been out there many times, and I've seen the venue many times. But how do you feel you best contribute to the community? And you've got a lot of charitable organizations you help support too. And tell me why you choose the ones you work
So
with.
we've helped a lot of organizations. Make-A-Wish Foundation, we did a big event for them. We helped with Chiari malformation, and that's a pretty rare disease, but we do all kinds of fundraising events to help out and give back to the community, as well as your baseball teams and your dance squads and your school functions. Bring those over as well, and we'll do what we can do to help host a bingo night or a music trivia, things like that. We enjoy having the community in, and that's what it's all about. I mean, those are the people that are getting married and having babies and and having the birthday parties. So
And come back and do their next
come back,
event.
exactly.
There it is, everybody. You know where to go. If you got a big event, the Marquee at Newtown, themarqueeatnewtown.com. Stay tuned, everybody. You're watching your little castle show. Giddy up.